How you doing, everyone? Another day, another episode. This day, I have slightly different plans. We can have a different project going at the same time, but the main thing is to make at least one side skirt completely done, completely finished, so we don't gonna later on come back and redo it or do it again and check it all out. So I think we're just gonna finish this up, and I don't know, so let's go. As you can see, I kinda first carved this out, and I tried to carve it inwards right to the bottom line, but well, it didn't really look good, so I think I'm just gonna respray the same how it was, nothing special. And over here, I think same angle as this flap gonna go, I will cut at angle a groove over here to make that truly out and slightly outwards from the side. So yeah, here by this, as you can see, the whole edge pretty much all nice. I think probably need to shave it some parts over here and the bottom line on this flap, because this is a bit thicker at the end. But yeah, that's how it looks. Yeah, you can kind of see some imperfections, barely, but I think that's gonna be filled with the filling after all, so nothing crazy. So I'm just basically trying to make as smooth, as straight, as almost finished as possible with the foam. So I'm not gonna use as much filling as possible, and yeah, just basically save material, save cash, right? So yeah, I think I'm just gonna continue to carve that bottom line, and then probably gonna climb up a bit. So basically, while our side skirt is at one place drying, there was another space on the bottom line where it was like kinda too much carved out. So while that was sprayed and drying, I think we're just gonna try to actually start our epoxy with our glass fibers. And the first part, I think what we're gonna try to do is the front, the hood grill. So, and in hopes that the epoxy is not gonna eat our foam, you know, it's not gonna melt, because if it's gonna start to eat and melt it, then we're gonna have a bit of a problem. So yeah, I'm doing this for probably the first time. I never actually did it something like that. So I know it's 1 to 10 mixture of epoxy, and then you just try to brush it epoxy to cut it the glass fibers to the shapes of your needs, you know, and then just apply coats of epoxy. So let's try to do it. So I basically slightly like wash this whole place, you know, from major dusts and, you know, like gravel little ones. And yeah, so I think we're just gonna try to mix epoxy and just try to cut our fiberglass into some shapes, and basically we're gonna try to do it. Alright, so at first I kinda struggled, because I don't know, maybe this is like pretty thick material, but it doesn't really want, if it's like, you know, it was like folded, so when you're applying the epoxy, this doesn't want to, you know, like flattened out, so that is kinda bad. But a long time ago I have purchased like a measured one, like a big roll, and this one seems skinnier and a bit more floppy, you know, like a bit fragile than. So basically maybe I'm gonna try to do that, because this thing is like real hard to actually apply it. You can still kinda see some spots, like those white spots. Try to just like lift it, even though I was just like pressing and pressing and pressing all the time. So I covered underneath, basically covered the surface, then I applied the glass fiber, and then on top another layer of epoxy. So that's kind of how it looks. And yeah, so I'm just, you know, like experimenting, trying how it's gonna be. I tried the front one, like cut it because it was like inside groove. So we'll see how it's gonna turn out, how fast it's gonna be hard and so on. But yeah, that's pretty interesting to work with for the first time. So the epoxy itself is like I don't know, just a regular epoxy I found from a store. Basically two components as always, A and B, of course. The mixture is 10 parts of this to 1 part of that. So I'm thinking this is like small box for this whole bottle. So I kinda marked it on a small cup to actually, you know, not overdose it and so on. And on the package says to mix like 3 minutes, and I did like 2.5, something like that. Maybe next time I'm gonna try to mix for like 3 minutes exactly and see how it's gonna be different or how it's gonna change. Maybe it's gonna, like, when I mix this one, like slowly it starts to make like a jelly, you know, like slimy texture. So at the end it was like almost like a boogers, you know. This epoxy I just purchased, I know, very long time ago. Maybe it is bad, I don't know. For some reason it has some kind of white, maybe from just standing. It's soft, it's not hard, but maybe just from standing for a long time, you know. But yeah, that's the result actually right now. So we'll see. The best thing, I didn't saw that it was like starting to like eat the foam. The foam is good. The filling for like body filling also good. Nothing is like eating it. So that's very good to know. Basically no need any protection coat and so on. You just make your form, apply it on top, easy, done. And our side skirt is still kinda squishy, so I mean it's just a big block. Not to expect that it's gonna be dry. Over here I also sprayed it, but it's like real fresh. So yeah, that's how it looks. The side skirt is still kinda soft. I cannot really work with it. I did what I could. We tested the epoxy, the glass fibers. We know right now how it performs. It's pretty rough material, so I think I will try and think and maybe I'm gonna use the roll that I have from previously purchased, and we'll see the differences. Maybe it's gonna be better, I don't know, because this seems like also thicker and also like pretty heavy actually. So maybe that is, you know, the differences, that I cannot really apply it very smoothly and so on. But yeah, overall I am kinda on the schedule right now because I'm planning to do something else today, and I need to kinda get prepared, get ready for it, for the evening, for the night properly. So yeah guys, thank you all of you for watching, thank you for supporting, thank you for the likes. If you're new to the channel, you can always press that subscribe button underneath, and I don't know, if you wanna see more content more often, more photos, more information, even for now at least, if you want to either contact me or write a comment, you can find me on Instagram, same for Aces, you can find it easily. And as always, thank you for watching and see you next time.